I'm going to need allies to go up against Typhon.
Read and easy to use.
Access granted.
The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening is a beloved action-adventure game in the Zelda series. Link washes ashore on Kohan Island after a shipwreck. To leave the island, he must awaken the Windfish, a mysterious being sleeping inside a giant egg on a mountain. As he gathers instruments of the sirens to awaken the Windfish, he gradually learns that the island may be just a dream. Link is isolated from his usual companions Zelda and Hyrule. He forms bonds with new characters like Marin, whose own desire to escape the island adds emotional weight. 2D side-scrolling sections is unique for Zelda. Underground areas play like a platformer and feature cross-series cameos.
With these items at his disposal, Link can explore more and more of the island and uncover its secrets. You'll also find dungeons scattered around the island, where perplexing puzzles and myriad monsters await. Keep your wits about you to overcome each...
Monster Hunter Stories 2: Wings of Ruin is a turn-based RPG spin-off of the Monster Hunter series. You play as the grandchild of Red, a legendary rider. Set in a world where monsters and riders coexist, the story follows your journey after you receive a mysterious Rathalos egg that hatches into Razwing Ratha, a creature said to bring ruin. As you investigate strange monster behavior and glowing pits of light, you uncover the truth behind ancient prophecies, bioenergy anomalies, and Razwing Ratha's true role in the world. Turn-based battle system with power, speed, and technical attack types. Disco Elysium: The Final Cut is the definitive edition of the critically acclaimed role-playing game. You play as a deeply flawed, amnesiac detective investigating a murder in a broken world. Through dialogue and introspection, you shape his personality, whether he's a sorry cop, a communist revolutionary, a drug-addicted wreck, or something stranger. The game offers freedom in how you solve the mystery and who you become. Instead of traditional fighting, success is based on choices, dialogue, and dice rolls determined by your stats. New quests known as political vision quests allow players to explore ideological alignments more deeply.
Path across an award-winning role-playing game. Meet and get to know more of the locals.
Welcome to reality, baby.
The Legend of Heroes: Trails of Cold Steel IV is the epic conclusion to the Cold Steel saga within Nihon Falcom's larger Trails universe. The game picks up after Rian Schwarzer, the Ashen Chevalier, has been captured and consumed by the dark powers he tried to resist. The remaining members of Class 7, both old and new, must rally allies from across the Trail saga to stop a devastating conflict and rescue their friend. The game is a true ensemble piece, bringing in characters from the Crossbell and Liberal arcs for a massive crossover finale. The game includes over 50 playable characters from across the Trail series, each with unique skills and relationships.
Baron Schwarzer, and a disciple of the 8 Leaves One Blade School, together with my friends and students. I pledged to dispel the dark shadows hanging over Erebolium.
Final Fantasy XII: The Zodiac Age is a high-definition remaster of the 2006 PlayStation 2 title Final Fantasy XII. Set in the expansive world of Evilus, the narrative unfolds as the Arcadian Empire conquers the kingdom of Dalmasca. Princess Ashe leads a resistance to reclaim her homeland, while Vaughn, a young man who lost his family to the war, dreams of freedom. Their paths intertwine, propelling them into a journey filled with political intrigue and adventure. A new mode featuring 100 progressively challenging battles, rewarding players with items and experience. Enhances tactical combat by enabling players to set AI-controlled behaviors for party members.
Face my wrath!
Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is a comprehensive remaster of the 2010 Wii classic. In a world where two colossal titans, Bionis and Mykonos, serve as the battlegrounds for two distinct races, the Homs, humans, and the Meshon, machines, the story follows Shulk, a Homs researcher who wields the mysterious sword Monado. After a devastating attack on his home, Shulk embarks on a journey to uncover the truth behind the Meshon's assault and to prevent further catastrophe. Allows players to stockpile experience points and adjust character levels, offering a more challenging experience for veterans.
Easy to read and easy to use. And some of the music has been re-recorded. Now you can fully immerse in the majesty of this vast world.
Bravely Default 2 is a turn-based role-playing game. Bravely Default 2 retains the series' signature Brave and default battle system, allowing players to take multiple actions in a single turn or defend to accumulate actions for future use. The game features a robust job system with 24 classes, enabling deep customization and strategic combat. Players can mix and match abilities from different jobs to create versatile character builds. Together, they embark on a journey to retrieve elemental crystals and thwart an ancient evil known as the Knight's Nexus.
Wonderful!
And a versatile job system, letting you develop your party however you choose. This RPG on the Nintendo Switch system is one adventure you won't want.
IRONFALL Invasion is a third-person shooter developed by VD Dev. Players assume the role of a resistance fighter battling the Dixad, an alien civilization that has seized control of Earth. The campaign spans 11 action-packed levels, featuring various environments such as urban landscapes, underground laboratories, and volcanic regions. Players must utilize cover-based mechanics and a variety of weapons to overcome increasingly challenging enemies. The game runs at a steady 60 FPS, providing smooth gameplay. Footstep sounds are now quieter when the player is crouching or taking cover. Eleanor is a narrative-driven detective game. Eleanor blends open-world exploration with investigative gameplay. Players progress through various police department bureaus, patrol, traffic, homicide, vice, and arson, solving cases that involve in searching for clues, examining evidence, and reconstructing events. Questioning suspects and witnesses, using facial expressions and body language to determine truthfulness. The game employs the innovative motion scan technology, capturing actors' facial performances to enhance realism during interrogations.
Tell me what's going on, or do more innocent people have to die?
I'm not lying! She got up and left, that was it!
You think your threats frighten me?
Answer the question!
Ender Magnolia, Bloom in the Mist is a 2D Metroidvania action RPG. In the post-apocalyptic land of Fumes, the game follows Lilac, and a tuner with the ability to purify corrupted artificial beings known as homunculi. These homunculi, once created to advance the kingdom's development, have been driven mad by toxic underground fumes. Lilac awakens in an underground laboratory with no memory of her past, and alongside a homunculus named Nola. The game emphasizes exploration with a variety of environments such as abandoned cities, laboratories, and factories.
Companions and lending their aid. What awaits Lilac and the homunculi at the end of their journey?
Warriors, Abyss is a roguelite hack-and-slash action game. In Warriors Abyss, players assemble a party from over 100 unique heroes, each possessing distinct abilities and playstyles. The game introduces the Summoning Heroes mechanic, allowing players to call upon allied heroes during combat to unleash powerful, unique tactics. With the ability to have up to 7 active heroes in battle, the combination possibilities exceed 16 billion, offering extensive strategic depth. The game's roguelike structure features procedurally generated stages set in the underworld. Shin Megami Tensei V, Vengeance, is an enhanced and expanded version of the original Shin Megami Tensei V. In Shin Megami Tensei V Vengeance, players begin by choosing one of two story paths, Canon of Creation. You play as a high school student in Tokyo who, after a mysterious tunnel collapse, finds himself in a post-apocalyptic wasteland known as Dai, a parallel version of Tokyo, devastated by a war between angels and demons. While in Canon of Vengeance, this completely new narrative introduces a darker, more character-driven storyline centered on revenge, suffering, and rebellion.
Though friendly demons do exist here, many are hostile and will attempt to destroy you. Harness your newfound powers to fight demons using a command.
Immortals Fenyx Rising is an action-adventure game. Set in a vibrant, stylized open world inspired by Greek mythology, the game follows Fenyx, a mortal who embarks on a quest to save the Greek gods and their home from a dark curse unleashed by the Titan Typhon. The narrative unfolds as a humorous tale narrated by Prometheus to Zeus, adding a light-hearted tone to the epic adventure. Throughout the world, players encounter various puzzles and challenges, including the Vaults of Tartaros, platforming dungeons that test both combat and traversal skills.
You're literally all we've got.
I'm going to need allies to go up against Typhon.
The vanquished gods need to be reunited with their severed essences.
You want this glory? Seize it!
Astral Chain is an action-adventure game developed by Platinum Games. In the year 2078, humanity faces extinction due to invasions by interdimensional creatures called chimeras. The remnants of civilization have retreated to a megacity known as the Ark. Players assume the role of one of two twin siblings, newly recruited into Neuron, a special police task force combating the chimera threat. Utilizing a psychic link called the Astral Chain, officers control subjugated chimeras known as legions to fight and investigate. The narrative delves into themes of identity, sacrifice, and the human condition, unfolding through a series of missions called Files.
How foolish. You people are leading all of humanity straight to damnation.
Straight to damnation? You're the terrorist here!
You don't understand. My heart goes out.
Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII Reunion is a remastered version of the 2007 PlayStation Portable exclusive. The game is set 7 years before the events of Final Fantasy VII and follows the journey of Zack Fair, a young and talented member of Soldier, the elite military unit under the Shinra Electric Power Company. At the start, Zack is sent to investigate the disappearance of Genesis Rhapsodos, a legendary soldier first class. This mission quickly turns into a deeper investigation that exposes sinister Shinra experiments involving human augmentation, biological weapons, and the creation of monsters.
And that's a real waste.
Remnant, From the Ashes. The game begins with the player character, a nameless survivor, washed ashore and guided to Ward 13, one of the last human sanctuaries. There, they are tasked with finding Ford, the Ward's founder, who possesses crucial knowledge to combat the Root. Equipped with a basic arsenal, the player ventures into various realms to uncover the origins of the Root and the means to defeat them. In the late 1960s, scientists discovered a mysterious crystal known as the World Stone, which allowed them to connect human subjects, termed dreamers, to parallel realities. Romancing SaGa 2, Revenge of the Seven is a comprehensive 3D remake of the 1993 classic Romancing SaGa 2. Set in the Empire of Varen, the narrative unfolds across multiple generations. The 7 heroes, once saviors, return as formidable foes. Players assume the role of successive emperors, each inheriting abilities through the mystical art of inheritance magic, to combat these legendary adversaries. Player choices influence the storyline, allowing for a unique experience in each playthrough, strategic positioning of characters before battle to gain tactical advantages.
Enough! Form ranks! On my honor!
Assassin's Creed IV. Black Flag set during the golden age of piracy, 1715 to 1722. It follows Edward Kenway, a charismatic Welsh privateer turned pirate, navigating the Caribbean's tumultuous waters. Players assume the role of an Abstergo Entertainment employee, exploring Edward's memories through the Animus, uncovering secrets about the First Civilization and the Assassin Templar conflict. Command the Jackdaw, Edward's ship, to traverse a vast open world teeming with over 50 unique locations, including islands, forts, and underwater wrecks. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is a hack-and-slash action game. The game blends the large-scale, combo-driven combat of the Dynasty Warriors series with elements from Breath of the Wild. Players can control a roster of characters, each with unique abilities and playstyles, including Link, Zelda, Impa, and the 4 champions, Mipha, Daruk, Rivali, and Urbosa. In special missions, you can pilot massive divine beasts, like Varuta or Varudania, unleashing devastating attacks and clearing large armies or obstacles. Battles take place on large battlefields, where players defeat hundreds of enemies using flashy, combo-based attacks. Doom Eternal is a 2020 first-person shooter. Doom Eternal emphasizes aggressive, fast-paced combat, encouraging players to constantly move and engage enemies to survive. Key mechanics include performing melee executions on staggered demons restores health. These systems create a dynamic resource management loop, requiring players to strategically decide how to dispatch enemies to maintain health, ammo, and armor. Enemies show progressive damage, with certain parts being destructible to disable specific attacks. The Doomslayer returns to combat the invasion, targeting the Hell Priests and confronting the Khan Maker to save humanity.
Let them go! What? Why?
Access granted.
The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is a critically acclaimed action role-playing game. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt tells the story of Geralt of Rivia, a monster hunter, Witcher, as he searches for his adopted daughter, Ciri, who is being pursued by a supernatural threat known as the Wild Hunt. The game takes place in a dark, war-ravaged fantasy world inspired by Slavic mythology and is the final entry in CD Projekt Red's Witcher trilogy. Geralt receives a message from Yennefer, his former lover and powerful sorceress, prompting him to begin the search for Cirilla.
The Wild Hunt will be here soon. They're coming for Ciri.
Hold them back!
I've long awaited this, and you, White Wolf.
Sword Art Online, Fractured Daydream is an action RPG. Set within a distorted version of Alfheim Online, the game's narrative centers around a new system called Galaxia, designed to allow players to relive past experiences. However, a malfunction causes timelines and realities from various Sword Art Online arcs to collide. This anomaly brings together characters from different eras, including former enemies and deceased allies, creating unexpected interactions and alliances. A single-player experience where players progress through chapters, unlocking characters, and exploring the consequences of the Galaxia system's failure. Indivisible is a 2019 action role-playing platformer. The narrative follows Ajna, a rebellious teenager whose life is upended when her village is attacked, and her father is killed. This tragedy awakens a mysterious power within her, allowing her to absorb others into her inner realm. Players control Ajna, navigating a 2D world filled with platforming challenges. As the game progresses, Ajna acquires new abilities that unlock previously inaccessible areas, encouraging backtracking and exploration. The game's design incorporates elements reminiscent of Metroidvania titles, offering a cohesive and engaging experience. Persona 5 Strikers is a dynamic action RPG that serves as a direct sequel to Persona 5. Set approximately 4 months after the events of Persona 5, the Phantom Thieves reunite for a summer vacation across Japan. Their plans are disrupted when they discover a new threat. People's desires are being stolen through a mysterious app called Emma, leading to the emergence of jails in various cities. Players can control any member of the Phantom Thieves, each offering unique combat styles and abilities. The game introduces jails as the new dungeon format, replacing the palaces from Persona 5.
Joker!
Let's do this!
Unleash the chains that bind you and take back the people's hearts.
Fate/Samurai Remnant is an action RPG set in the 4th year of the Heian era, 1651. The game follows Miyamoto Iori, the adopted son of the legendary swordsman Miyamoto Musashi. Iori becomes entangled in the Waxing Moon Ritual, a clandestine conflict where 7 masters and their summoned servants vie for the Waxing Moon Vessel, an artifact capable of granting any wish. Iori can alternate between 5 stances: earth, water, wind, fire, and void, each offering distinct combat styles and benefits. Mastery of these stances is crucial for adapting to different enemy types and situations.
この師匠の手貸してあげましょう。エトランチェ。
宮本伊織、マスターの一人として今は不足と見た。お命をいただく。
君は弱き者なの。
YS9 Monstrum Nox is an action role-playing game. Adon Kristen, the red-haired adventurer and hero of the YS series, arrives in the dark and sprawling city of Balduc, a major stronghold of the Roman Empire. However, before he can even explore, Adol is arrested and imprisoned in the city's infamous prison district for reasons unknown to him. The story combines themes of friendship, redemption, and confronting one's inner demons, while balancing the lighthearted, adventurous tone typical of the series. As they investigate, the Monstroms confront the harsh governance and corruption within Balduc.
Survive this, by any means necessary.
Cast aside your fears and give it everything you...
One Piece. Pirate Warriors 4 is a Musou-style action game. One Piece. Pirate Warriors 4 is a blend of faithful retellings of iconic arcs from the One Piece anime/manga, and an original ending created specifically for the game. Luffy and the Straw Hats help Princess Vivi stop Crocodile and Baroque Works from taking over the desert kingdom of Alabasta. Luffy and the others face off against Don Quixote do Flamingo to liberate the island of Dressrosa. The Paramount War, where Luffy attempts to save his brother Portgas D. Ace from execution. There's no presence of Luffy's Gear 5th or many Wano-specific characters like Yamato or the full Scabbards due to the timeline of release. God Eater 3 is a fast-paced action RPG. Set in a post-apocalyptic future, the world has been ravaged by monstrous beings called Aragami, immune to conventional weapons. The only force capable of fighting them are God Eaters, humans infused with special cells that allow them to wield living weapons called God Arcs. In God Eater 3, you play as a new type of God Eater known as an Adaptive God Eater, Age, an enhanced being with greater power used as a tool by corrupt organizations. You and your friends are AGEs, imprisoned and experimented on in underground facilities, only brought out to fight. Samurai Warriors 5 is a hack-and-slash action game. As a reboot of the Samurai Warriors series, Samurai Warriors 5 offers a fresh take on the Sengoku period of Japan. The game focuses on the lives of Nobunaga Oda and Mitsuhide Akechi, depicting events leading up to the Hanaji incident. The game features 2 main modes. Musu Mode. This is the primary story mode, following Nobunaga Oda's rise and Mitsuhide Akechi's perspective. Citadel Mode, a tower defense-style mode where players defend their base from waves of enemies. This mode allows for resource gathering to upgrade facilities like the dojo, shop, stables, and blacksmith. Neptunia X Senran Kagura Ninja Wars is a crossover action RPG. Set in the world of Gamen Jutsu, the narrative follows the heroines as they unite against the invading Steam Legion, led by Yo Gamer, a parody of the Steam platform. The story leans heavily into Neptunia's signature meta-humor and industry satire, with less emphasis on the deeper character arcs typical of Senran Kagura. The game features real-time combat with a roster of 10 playable characters, 4 from each original series and 2 newcomers, Yuki and Go. Players can form tag teams, switching between 2 characters during battles.